Yes, indeed. Good evening, believers. How are you doing? We are here for the Healing Hour Live, the last Healing Hour Live we're going to do for 2021. This year has just flown by. I don't even know what happened to it, but I'm feeling really good about 2022. I don't know. You feeling it, Roxanne? Roxanne, hey on Instagram. Are you feeling good about 2022? I feel like our relationship thing is going to go better in 2022. I got a lot of people on Healing Path right now. I got a ton of people. Big Jan is here for Instagram on Instagram. Look at y'all showed up and showing out for me today, huh? Y'all trying to catch me on the last live of 2021, huh? We are in the Healing Hour Live. I am Love Coach Dasha. And if you do not know who I am here to help you get on the healing path after infidelity. You have been through the trauma of, hey, Big Jam. You've been through the trauma of infidelity. You have been through the trauma of betrayal from somebody that you really loved and you really want to be with and you really care about, but you just don't know how to fix it. You just don't know how to heal and reconcile and get on the healing path. And that is what I'm here to do. I am here to help you get on a healing path like right now. I want you to start traveling the path with me right now going into 2022. You do not have to wait at all for your mate. You don't have to do that. I know everybody always says, "Oh, we need transparency from them. We need their participation. We need their full cooperation." You do not. You do not need all that to start. You do not need all that to start getting on the healing path, putting yourself out there and really trying to start mending this wound. You do not need somebody else. You only need yourself. You are super important in this situation. And so you need to go ahead and take advantage of that, understand your power, and start to move forward because when you change the things around you. You have that power, and I want to talk to you about it, okay? All right, so let me make sure. Everybody, okay, I'm live on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm quite sure I'm on YouTube. It's all to the good. I am Love Coach Dasha everywhere. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. All of the above. I am Love Coach Dasha. So if you need to talk to me, come talk to me. Message me. Send me an email. I'm Dasha at loveworthkeeping.com if you want to. Come message me on my Love Coach Dasha page. Tell me what you need. I will try my best to help you. And I have programs set up to be able to help you get to the next part, okay? I do. I want to help you. And going into 2022, I am trying to help way more women than I ever have before. So I'm expecting you to help me help you, okay? All right. So we're going to do what we normally do. Hey, over there on Facebook, I see you. You going to say hey? Give me some love. Give me some likes. Let me know that you're here with me. Everybody on Instagram too. Give me all of the things, that go up. I don't care what it is. Whatever you got, give it to me. I want to see you. All right. Got all my stuff set up. So we're going to talk about what we always talk about, and then we're going to talk about some things that we haven't talked about, but we need to talk about, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about our breathing and our journaling. Have you been doing your deep breathing? Have you been doing your journaling? If you are not, you are doing yourself a disservice. I am trying to tell you that if you are going through a trauma, these are two key things that you're going to need to move forward. You're going to need to be able to do this to process your emotions, to get to a place where you're better in control of yourself and able to like stand on your own 2 feet and actually start moving forward. You're going to need these things. So, first thing is doing your deep breathing. If you've not been doing your deep breathing, you have the opportunity to do your deep breathing with me. I have a video on YouTube just doing the deep breathing. So if you need me to count for you, I got that for you. Go on over to my Love Coach Dasha page on YouTube. But we're going to do it together. We're going to do it together. So we are usually going to do our deep breathing 5 times a day. Okay. Together, we're only going to do 3 just for the sake of time. But you need to be doing this on a regular basis. Do you know why? I will tell you why. When you do your deep breathing after a trauma, you are telling your brain that you do not need your brain to go ahead and take over and go into fight or flight mode. You do not need the anxiety reaction to happen. You don't need that assistance, that boost, that extra adrenaline. You don't need it because you're in control and you're not afraid and you are okay and your heartbeat will settle down and your breathing will settle down because you are taking back control of your body. That is why you need to be doing your deep breathing. When you are not in control of your breathing, that is a sign. That is a sign from your body to your brain that I am having a hard time here. All right. I am having a very, very difficult time here. I am not in control of myself. I am afraid. I am feeling threatened. You don't need that as you're trying to heal. You need to be calm and centered and be able to be grounded. So if you're doing your deep breathing, you are taking back that control. Like I said, you have lots and lots of control in this situation. You just have to exercise it. So we're going to do our deep breathing together. What I do is 4-7-8 breathing. Now, you can do whatever pattern you please, but I do 4-7-8. It's just enough off to make me think about it and make me remember as I'm doing it, but it's easy enough that I can remember it and, in a stressful situation. I've done it so much that I don't need to remember it. It comes automatically to me, and I want it to start coming automatically to you. So work on that. Work on doing your deep breathing enough that it will come without you thinking hard about it. All right. So we're going to blow out. Then we're going to inhale through our noses. If you can't breathe through your nose, that's fine. You can breathe through your mouth. Inhale for a count of 4. You're going to hold that breath for a count of 7 so your body can actually use some of that oxygen you just breathed in. And then you're going to blow out like you're blowing out birthday candles for a count of 8. When you are doing that, you are letting go of carbon dioxide. All right. You are making it so that your body has room to use more oxygen. It's not freaking out because the carbon dioxide level is getting all high. So you need to be doing all 3 portions of the breathing. The blowing out to clear your lungs out, inhaling, holding, and blowing out again. All right. So, somebody on Facebook, you said you're late. Who is that? Can't see. Oh, Marianne. Hi, Marianne. You said you started late. That's okay. You're not late. We're just starting to do our deep breathing. Do your deep breathing with me since you had to run errands with your mom. Do your deep breathing with me. All right. So we're going to blow out, inhale for 4, hold for 7, and then we're going to blow out again like we're blowing out a whole cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. All right. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. How does that feel? How does it feel when you do the deep breathing? Do you feel a little lightheaded? You may feel a little lightheaded. That can happen. It's a little oxygen high. You haven't been deep breathing. And so all of a sudden you get all this oxygen and all of a sudden you get a little tingly. You can start yawning. You can just feel a little clearer. You can feel a little bit more alert. How do you feel when you do the deep breathing? If you're watching now or you're watching on the replay, let me know how that makes you feel because it should make you feel good. Oxygen is good for all pain. It's good for all pain. I promise you, I was a nurse for 20 years. I know for certain that getting a good lung full of oxygen for your body to be able to use is good for the pain. It is good for that anxiety. It is good for that squeeze in your heart. It is good for the fact that your stomach is tied in knots. It is good for all the pain that you're feeling. So all the time, if you are stressing, if you are having anxiety, if you have a headache, if anything is going on in your physical body and you're feeling like, it's a little tight, do your deep breathing. All right, be doing it throughout the day. Marianne, you say you get a little lightheaded, a little yawning. Exactly. You were supposed to do that. All of a sudden, your body is like, oh, look at all that exquisite oxygen you just pumped into me. That is better. That feels better. Okay, I'm a little tired now. Once you actually get that oxygen in there, okay? So, oxygen is good for all pain. Do your deep breathing. I promise you, if you make a practice of it, if you make a habit of doing your deep breathing at least 5 times, 5 times a day, I promise it will make all of the anxiety better, all of the pain that you are going through better. And I want you to tell me that I'm right, okay? I want you to start doing it if you haven't been doing it, and keep on doing it if you have been, but let me know. Message me, DM me on Instagram, message me at Love Coach Dasha. I want you to tell me when you have done this and when you have started making it a consistent practice in your life, how does it make you feel? How does it change things? I promise just that one thing that you really can control. You are completely in control of your own breath. When you do this and you control that one thing, everything starts to change. I promise you it will. Scouts honor. I promise. All right. Now, on to the next thing. The next thing that you need to know that you need to be doing consistently if you have been through a trauma is journaling. It seems so simple, just like the breathing. It's so simple, right? But you need to be doing it. You need to be taking the moment, taking a little self-care time, taking 5 minutes for yourself and sitting down with your journal. First thing in the morning when you wake up, record your dreams. Think about how you want your day to go. 5 minutes for yourself. Just sit down and use your journal. 5 minutes before you go to bed. I'm not even asking for a lot. I'm asking for 10 minutes of self-care a day to take the time and use your journal and write down your feelings. Put them out there. Don't just keep them all bottled up inside you. Put them down on paper and let your brain see that they are permanent, that you are paying attention, that you know how you feel, and you are paying attention to exactly what your brain is telling you because you are writing it down in your journal. If you do it before you go to bed, a lot of the time it will get a lot of that stuff out of your head and you'll be able to sleep better. You'll be able to lay down and rest instead of dreaming about them all night or being up all night, anxiety ridden and stressed. You will be able to sleep better. So try that, okay? Try to do your journaling. I don't care what kind of journal you use. I have a whole smorgasbord of them back here. Like that fuzzy dolphin. It's got the golden girls. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what kind of journal you use as long as you are using it. Okay. Sit down, put pen to paper, and take 5 minutes for yourself twice a day. It is going to change the way you think because you're going to have a record now. You are going to be able to look back on things now and see things more clearly than you could have in the moment when you are upset, when you are stressing, when you are feeling down. You are going to be able to go back to your journal and say, okay, hey, I feel like I have been feeling awful for years now. But if I go back and look at my journal, last week was a good week. I had 7 straight days where I wasn't freaking out. I wasn't having any panic attacks. I was doing okay. We were doing okay as a couple. I know it feels like I've been feeling awful for years, but I just had a good week last week. You would not know that because the anxiety, the reaction, the trauma reaction will tell you that that's not true. You have never had any good times since this happened. You have never had any good weeks since this happened. It will tell you that, but it's usually not true. And if you have been writing it down, you have been taking a moment and reflecting on your day and being realistic about it and not just being caught up in the emotions, you will find that, you will find the truth in the journal. The things that your brain is telling you and firing off at you are not necessarily the truth. You are responding to the emotions. You are not actually responding to rationality and logic. You are not actually responding to the reality of the situation. You are responding to your feelings about the situation. So it's very, very clarifying when you look back in your journal to see exactly how you really were feeling in the moment, and being able to look back and say, huh, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Okay, and yeah, it might have been bad these few days. Yeah, this was awful, and my handwriting looked like it sucked, and you know what I'm saying, there were tears on the page, but that was like 3 pages, and then there was a whole bunch of good pages, and then okay, there was a couple more teary pages. You'll be able to gather some information about what's really happening to you. All right. Um, 3 things you need on your journaling: you need your date, you need your time, and you need your level of anxiety. Okay. The date and time is so that you remember clearly when things happen, because again, trauma distorts your idea of time. It does. So it will change the way your brain functions. It'll make you think that things have happened sooner or later than you thought. It messes with your sense of time. So you are writing down the date and the time so that you know specifically when things happen. And things might happen on certain days. Things might happen at certain times, and you'll be able to pick up on that pattern if you have been writing down the date and the time. And then your anxiety level from 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety at all. You may or may not be journaling at that point, but it's good to write down a 0. If you're at a 0, write it down. But and then there's a 10. A 10 is a loss of control. A 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. Okay. That is a 10. That is a loss of control. I am not able to control myself. Usually you won't be journaling then either. But if you are able to sit down and open your book and put pen to paper, chances are you're not a 10. So isn't that good news? Sometimes you think you're a 10 and you're really not a 10. It's a good news. It's a good thing. All right. So those 3 things are what you need to have in your journal. It does not matter what kind of journal. Keep it with you. Make sure that you're able to write in it. If you are worried about somebody looking through it, make it be one of those ones that have the locks on it. They have those still. I had one of those when I was a teenager. Do that. It's okay to do that, and have this place where you can just write down your feelings that you will feel like is safe and will not be tampered with. If you got to get a whole entire lock box to put it in, feel free. If that makes you feel secure about writing in it, go for it. All right. All right. So, of course, doing the 2 that I always do. I'm always going to tell you to deep breathe and to journal. I'm always, always, always going to tell you that, because that is always, always, always a good thing to do. So, wherever you are, whether you're just starting to feel this way, or you have been at this for a few years and you're not sure how to get out of it, it is always good for you to do your deep breathing in your journal. All right. So nobody said anything for Thirsty Thursday. I'm shocked. Usually I get lots of Thirsty Thursdays, but I will shout out Melanie, because I did a Touchy Tuesday challenge. I always do Touchy Tuesday too. On Tuesdays in the Love After Cheating group. If you're not in there, go get in there. In the Love After Cheating group, I give a challenge out, usually on Tuesdays, Touchy Tuesday, about extending a little bit of touch and intimacy. So Melanie says that she did her Touchy Tuesday challenge this week, and she is proud of herself, and I am super proud of you too, Melanie. I am very proud that you did it. The challenge was simple. It was just take a ride together. Could be a date, could be running errands, and hold hands. And she did that, and being present in the moment, and try to remember like how special it used to be in the past to be able to touch each other, and how wonderful it is like now to be able to touch each other, like to be just in that loving space. And Melanie did it, so I am super proud of her. Oh, okay, I can't. Oh, okay, dang, there's people talking to me on Facebook. I couldn't see. Shucks. Let me see who was talking. I had to refresh the page, apparently. All right, let's see. Marianne. Okay, all right. Jerry said Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Thank you. All right. Marianne said you have a question. Oh, you can go ahead and ask your question. You say you do Mental Health Monday, Self-Care Sunday, and we hug basically every day. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. You got to get those good habits in. You got to like make up your mind that I am going to heal and I'm going to do things that help me heal, and then do them consistently to heal. That's all you got to do. That's exactly how healing works. That's exactly how it worked when I was a nurse. You got to figure out what is the thing, what is the hurt. Okay, we got to figure out what to do for the hurt, and then consistently do that for the hurt, and it'll heal. That's exactly how it works. So inside or outside, emotional or physical, that is exactly how it works. That is excellent work, Marianne. Excellent. I like that. You got to keep up a schedule. You got to keep up with a routine. You got to get a routine up. That's how you start letting down those walls. That's how you start building that trust back, is having that routine with each other. All right, so we did good stuff. I always like to do Thirsty Thursday and give you all good news, because that's part of what will always work to start helping you heal a trauma, is to remember that there is good things. The trauma will tell you nothing is good. Everything is terrible. Everything is awful, and you will never recover from this. That's what the trauma will tell you. But you have good things in your life, and you got to be paying attention to them as you move forward, or else they will just pass you by, and you'll be sad thinking that nothing good ever happened when it really did. All right. So I want you to keep on that. Keep on that for the new year. All right. So I got something I want to talk about. We need to talk about this, because this has been all week. Okay. This has been all week, and I have been sitting with this, and I want to talk to you about it because I feel like it's important. I feel like it's a good thing for you to know. All right. So what I want you to do to be able to move into the new year, to be able to get on the healing path in 2022 and really actually heal and reconcile with your mate. I'm going to tell you the one thing, the one word that you are going to have to remember to be able to do that and be successful at it this year. All right. And that word is justification. Okay. Hey, Lindsay. Hi. My coach Lindsay said, "Hey," on the live. She gave me some love. Okay, I want you to think about the word justification. All right. Now, I have been dealing with people all week long. I have been talking to clients all week long. I have been coaching people all week long. So if you think that I am talking about you, I am. But I'm not just talking about you. Okay, let's just get that straight to everybody who's going to think that when I say this. Okay, you all are going to need to work on the justification of doing things that you know are wrong, that will not help you heal, but just feel good to the pain and to the fear. Okay, all right, I'll give you some examples. Things like the idea that because your mate cheated on you, they lose all of their right to any privacy. You feel justified about that. You feel like, well, you did this wrong. So I am justified in saying that you do not have one of your basic human rights. I am going to say that because I feel justified. All right. Publicly telling everybody what they have done, going on Facebook, going on Instagram, going on the Snapchat, and telling their friends, their family, their coworkers, this is what this person did to me. They have hurt me, and I am going to humiliate them in front of you. I'm going to tell you everything that they did because they're a bad person. They deserve it, and I am justified in doing that. All right. Taking his belongings, taking his phone, taking his computer, breaking his belongings because this is how you cheated on me. This is how you hurt me. So I am justified in destroying something of yours because of that. All right. You cannot go out with your friends at all anymore. You cannot go out with your friends. You cannot go out with your family. You must constantly be checking in with me anywhere you do go. You are not allowed to have any fun because you can't be trusted. And that's just how you're going to have to live because you hurt me and I am justified in wanting to control where you go and what you do. Being so brutally jealous that you are searching them and interrogating them and super jealous if they spend any time with anybody else because you're justified in that because they hurt you and they don't deserve to be able to hang out with friends. They don't deserve to be trusted and believed in. All right. All of those situations, if you think about all of those situations, all of those things that you will feel justified in doing. I'm going to hold back on the affection. I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm going to hold back on the children. I'm going to make sure I'm going to kick you out and you're not going to have any contact with them unless I say so. But I really still want to be together, but I'm going to control it like that so that you're suffering. All of those things, and there's probably going to be some people mad at me when I say this, but yes, Big Jan, this is for women. This is for women. This is for you are in this situation and you are doing all of these things and saying all of these things because you feel justified. Okay. All of those things that I just mentioned, every single one of them is a sign of abuse in relationships. Can we sit with that for a moment just to think? I'm not saying that you're an abuser. I'm not saying that you are domestic violence. I'm not saying that you're doing all that. But I am saying that the response that we're all told is okay. The responses to things that we are told are fine, that they deserve it, that you are justified in feeling the way you do and doing this thing. These are all red flags. Every single one of them, smashing their stuff, being all jealous, searching them, humiliating them in front of people. Those are every one of them, to the one, a red flag for a relationship. So what I want to say to you today is, as you're going into 2022, okay, I want you to take a step back. And if you are about to do something and you say, I'm justified because they're in the wrong, they're the one that hurt me, and so I'm justified in doing this, I'm going to tell you that if you're saying that to yourself, you're not on the healing path. You are on the revenge path. Okay. You are not trying to heal. You're trying to hurt. Okay. It is not, we are trying to reconcile. I am trying to make you suffer the way I suffered. If you are telling yourself constantly, and these are things that you wouldn't do them if this hadn't been the case. And that's why I want you to recognize your own control and your own power so much, because this is making you do things that are not you. They're not loving the way you want to be. They're not open the way that you want to be. They are not the type of woman that you want to be. And they are also red flags that you would run from if another person did them to you. Does that make sense? I know this is a little deep, okay? But I want you to have the best possible chance of making it in 2022. I want you to have the best possible chance you can of actually healing, not just getting revenge, not lashing out because your emotions are telling you that you are justified because those emotions are so big and so overwhelming and so painful to you that everything seems like it's justified in order to fix it. I want you to understand that these are things that you wouldn't have done before and you shouldn't do them now. Just because you feel justified in doing them now, you knew that they were wrong before. You knew trying to control him so that he can't talk to his friends or his family, he can't be online, and he is isolated to just you. You knew that that was a red flag from anybody else. But when you do it, you're feeling justified. Okay? I don't want to lose you. I just want you to understand that this has been what I've been dealing with all week long. I have been telling people, just because you feel a certain way doesn't change the fact that the behavior that you respond with is wrong. Okay, does that make sense? Y'all tell me about it. Let me look at the comments over here because I got some comments on this. Okay. All right. Mary, you said that makes complete sense? Okay. All right. Because I just, I don't want to sound like I'm crazy. I don't want to sound like I am accusing you of anything. I am just trying to make you aware that the trauma and your response to that trauma, the automatic response to the trauma, will tell you that you're justified. It will tell you that what you're doing is perfectly okay in this situation, even though you wouldn't have in any other situation. It wouldn't have really been like that in any other way. But because your hurt is justified for you to throw up this red flag. All right. I need you to understand that it's not okay. It's not okay. Um, I am not going to hug you and kiss you goodnight because I'm feeling some kind of way. I'm not going to wear my wedding ring because I'm really married and we're trying to reconcile, but I'm not going to wear my wedding ring because you deserve for me to be hurting you. That type of thing. All right. Marianne said, I won't lie. I have felt that revenge thing at the beginning, but never acted on it. And that is what I want you to do, because that resistance is what helps you really heal. Because going down that path and going for the revenge doesn't help you heal. It just hurts you more and hurts them. And then we have a cycle of abusive behavior and red flags that's just going to keep on going and going and going, because nobody is stopping it. Nobody is saying, wait a minute, I know this is wrong, I should not do it, and actually not doing it. All right. You gotta be aware of that. You gotta be aware, because that is power. Okay. Knowing that you are doing the right thing, even though the fear is screaming at you, even though the pain is screaming at you, it's telling you that you are completely justified. You should be able to do this. You should be able to see every word that is in his phone. Screw his privacy. But if that was you, would you really feel like you had just given up all your rights to privacy because you did something wrong? And okay, even if you did feel guilty about it, for how long? For how long do you do that? How long do you not have any privacy? And if that's the way you heal, that's the way you're going to have to maintain. You're not going to be able to switch over from, oh, you have no privacy, to, oh, you have privacy, because it's going to stress you out. It's going to make you anxious. It's going to make you angry. So it's best to start the way you want to finish. What do you want your relationship to really look like? You got to consider that. Do I want to be his warden? Do I want to be his probation officer? Hell no. Do you want that? No, I don't think you want that. You just want to love this person and be supported by this person, not monitor them, not track them with GPS like they're wearing an ankle monitor. You don't want to do that. You don't want your relationship to be that. So how can you heal and get to that place where that's not what it is? I've been talking about this all week, and I'm glad I got this opportunity to go ahead and get it out, because this has been stressing me. Okay, this has been stressing me, and this is one of those things I really want you to pay attention to as you're going into the new year. If you want to really do something to help yourself, work on the thing about justification, about saying that you are justified in doing what you're doing. If you are telling yourself, I'm justified, you're not. You're doing the wrong thing. You're knowingly doing the wrong thing. And then you're bitching at them, telling them that they should knowingly not do the wrong thing. It didn't make any sense. It doesn't look right. It doesn't work. And if you've been trying it and it hasn't worked, give me some love, give me some likes, tell me about it. Because for real, I know all of this. Oh God, all of the stuff in the groups and everything, they just say that all of this stuff is right, and it's not. And you know that it's not right when you do it. You got to go ahead and just do the right thing in spite of the pain. That's how you heal. You do the right things, and it might ache a little bit, but it's much, much better for the wound than pouring the dirt of doing the wrong thing that you know is the wrong thing into that wound. Like, how's the wound supposed to heal with all that? Let me see, Beth. You said I'm understanding you. Okay, thank you, Beth. I don't want to come down on y'all. I don't want y'all to feel bad. I just want you to be aware. You said, despite being so deeply hurt, I don't want to hurt him because I remember how it felt. Yes, Beth. Walking away comes to mind whenever I have doubts, but I force myself to do the opposite. And you could, if you're just going to live a life where you're constantly lashing out at them and you're just never going to get over this and you are just going to hold on to this thing for the rest of your life and you are going to make them suffer for it, you might as well walk away because neither of you is going to be happy. It's never going to be the relationship that you dreamed it would be because you're constantly doing something you know is painful and wrong and borderline abusive. All right. If it was somebody else, if that happened to your best friend, if your best friend wasn't allowed to go out with any of her friends or her family, wasn't allowed to be on her phone without their mate over their shoulder, you would consider that red flags. You'd be like, girl, do I need to get you out? Blink twice if you need me to call the police for you. That is exactly what you'd be thinking if this was your friend that this was happening to. But because it's the cheater, it's justified. It's justified to do the wrong thing. No, we're not doing that in 2022. How about that? We're just not gonna do that. We're gonna make up our minds to do the right thing and heal in the right way and get to a place where we are in that relationship for love and trust and openness and vulnerability and happiness instead of suffering. All right. Let's see. Marianne said the only time I keep anything private from my husband is if he is a surprise. He has all my passwords and login info and can go in my purse or phone or computer. Is I've always been that way. Yeah, I know, but it's still not good though. We are people. We should have some privacy. We shouldn't be completely like, okay, nothing that I have is a little off limits and just for me. Like, I feel like that's wrong. I feel like that's a wrong thing to do. And like, I don't know. I don't know. You can have your logins and you can have your passwords and everything. I'm not saying that, that's horrible or anything, but there needs to be something that's just for you. Okay. He can go, I'm like, going in your purse, Marianne. My grandmother would flip. My grandfather, I learned that when I was a kid. My grandfather would never go in my grandmother's purse. It did not matter. It doesn't matter if she sent him to go get her purse. He's gonna pick up the whole purse and bring it to her. He is not gonna go in it. I just feel squidgy about that. I feel like, dang, you should have a little privacy, a little bit of this is me. This is my space. I feel like that. I feel like everybody should have that, and that is a healthy relationship. Being a total open book and you just have no privacy at all. I feel like that's a little codependent, little. I don't know. I feel a little some kind of way about that, but I understand what you're saying. I understand that you're saying that you don't have anything to hide. I get that, but we still all need some privacy. All right. Let me see. I had thought about posting about what he did and make him hurt. Yeah, I know it's so tempting. But honestly, I thought who would hurt more? Yeah, would hurt me more and more embarrass me more. And it would undo what he did. It would feel like I would have to relive it every single time someone commented or messaged. You are so right about that, Marianne. I have insecurities, but I don't really vocalize them. That is so true because that is one of the major things that happen when people go ahead and post it online and they're like, oh, here, shame my mate, and this is what happened, and this is what he did, and this is why he's such a horrible person. And then everybody's like, well, if he's such a horrible person, how come you still with him? And then they start in on you because people are haters and people will say something negative. That's what they do, especially online. So if you post it online, you are welcoming awful, mean, terrible comments. You are welcoming people who want to try and split you up. You are welcoming people who are like, oh, okay, she don't deserve him. I'm gonna snatch him. You're welcoming that chick in when you post and tell everything to everybody trying to humiliate them because you're justified. It always comes back to that because my feelings are hurt and I am justified. I'm feeling some kind of way, so we're not gonna have sex. I'm feeling some kind of way, so I'm not gonna hug you. I'm not gonna kiss you. You're not justified. You know it's the wrong thing to do. It's not who you would be if this hadn't happened to you. So that's what we need to work on. Don't be who the trauma and the pain and the fear wants you to be. You're better than that. You're better than that, woman. You are. The fact that you want to love and you want to forgive and you want to get past that. I know that you're better than that. So I need you to step it up this year. I need you to step it up with the justified thing. All right. I'm justified in doing it. All right. Marianne says he always asks, even though I told him it's okay. I see your point too. Yeah, my husband will not go in my purse. He buys me purses, but he's not gonna go. And I don't even really use purse a lot. But if I'm like, oh yeah, hey honey, something's in my purse, he will bring me the whole purse. He is not going in it. He is not going in my wallet. And I try and do the same thing for him, unless it's like specific. He was like, okay, go get such and such a card out of my wallet. I might go do that. But he's got other stuff in his wallet. It's this little private world. He got a little bit going on in there. And I don't try and go through his stuff. It feels icky. Doesn't it feel icky when you're going through his stuff? It feels icky to me. It makes your heart race. You're all anxious. And you're thinking that you're anxious because you're like, I'm scared that something is going to be in here. And part of it is that, but part of it is, I know I'm doing something wrong. Doesn't that happen for you? Most people, if you're not a psychopath, if if you got feelings, usually when you're in the middle of doing something wrong, your heart is racing. You know that you are doing something wrong. And you're like, I should probably not be doing this. I wouldn't want to be caught doing this, but I feel justified in doing it, so I'm going to do it. That is the type of thing I'm talking about. Does that make sense? I have been sitting with this all week long. All right, it has been a thing. And that reminds me, let me tell you, because it ends tomorrow, my Christmas gift for you, my reconciliation tech support. If you need somebody to tell you, hey, you know damn well that's the wrong thing to do. That is not a healing move. That is a hurting move. You shouldn't do that. Holla at your girl. Okay. I will help you with that. I can stop you some of the time. And I'm not always able to stop you, but I can give you the reasons why you shouldn't. Everybody else, I know whenever you go into any of these groups, our group, the Love After Cheating group, we are a little bit better than most typical groups about this. But most groups that you'll go into, they'll be like, you're totally justified in doing it. Go for it. As crazy as it sounds, feel free. Go mic up his room and his truck and put cameras in and follow his GPS and do it. I'll tell you not to. Okay? If you need that voice, if you need somebody to be like, this is not a good idea, it's not going to help you heal, I would try something else. That is what I can do for you with my reconciliation text program. Okay? That is what I can do. You have me in your pocket. You can open up your phone. You can go to your phone and you can say, Coach, I need some advice. Should I or shouldn't I? I will tell you, no, you absolutely should not. You should not do that. And I'll tell you if you should too. I'll tell you yes, that's a very good idea. You should go forth with that. That is going to be conducive to you healing. I can tell you that too. All right. When you are on the edge, when you're about to do something, when you're about to go search through his stuff, when you're about to go have a confrontation over nothing, you have no evidence whatsoever, but you're like, I feel like you did something wrong. I will tell you that it's not a good idea. When you're about to go smash his phone, I will tell you that's not a good idea. The reconciliation text support program is just designed for you to be able to reach out and be able to get some control over your emotions, because you deserve control in this situation. You deserve to have some control. You deserve to not feel like you are just out of control of all your emotions and you're just doing whatever the feelings tell you to do. You deserve control in this situation. So I will help you with that. So if you have not signed up for it, please do. I'm trying to tell you, it will be helpful. The people that are in that group with me are doing very well. There's some backsliding. It happens from time to time, but for the most part, the people in the group with me, just having that availability to be able to reach out and say, "Oh, I'm about to do something wrong. I know it. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my spirit. Help me." And I help steer them back a little bit, trying to tell you it works wonders for you. It's somebody just to help you do that, help you not just say, "Oh, I'm justified," and continue to while out. All right. So come join me for that. If you haven't signed up for that, I don't think I put that on my Instagram. I'm gonna have to do that. Dang, I'm gonna have to do that because it ends tomorrow. This is my Christmas gift to you. It's got extra sessions. You get 2 extra sessions with me. You get a journal, you get my book, that wifey handbook, you get lots of stuff. But the most part, you get somebody who can help you immediately. All right. Unless I sleep for about 6 hours. But other than that, you can get me almost immediately. And I will tell you, no, it's a bad idea. Don't do it. All right. All right. Maria, he said you can go in his wallet anytime, but you do feel weird about it, right? It's a little squishy. It's a little like, no, I probably shouldn't do that. Let's see. I've never even posted in the group about what he did. I tried, but then I just feel embarrassed. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. Also, did you see? Yeah, you asked another question. I gotta scroll down to it. But yeah, it does make sense because it's embarrassing because you feel like, well, how could you cheat on me? You cheat on me, then that must mean something bad about me, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's all about them. It doesn't have anything to do with you. They are trying to meet their own need. Their whatever is going on with them, whatever pain they're trying to solve, that's on them. It doesn't have anything to do with you at all, but it does feel embarrassing because people will try and make it embarrassing. People will try and make you feel bad for staying. They'll try and make you feel like you're less than for wanting to love the person that you love. I mean, it doesn't make sense really, but a lot of the stuff they blame women for doesn't really make sense. And I won't digress into that. Okay, let's see. You said, I felt that way before, but I think keeping some things private is a way I can set healthy boundaries. Girl, use the word. That's the word right there. Boundaries. We are supposed to have some boundaries. We cannot live just no privacy, just nothing for me. Everything is open book all the time. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to live. That is not something that your psychiatrist would tell you to do. You can't be doing stuff like that. He said, it's something I will always be working on personally. I know it takes a little bit. Yeah, it does. Let's see. Let me go down to Marianne. You had another question. Where is it? And I think I keep things, like private. If I got a surprise for him, I'm terrible at keeping secrets now. So I want to tell him, but I'm pretty good with a gift, so I can keep that to myself. Ginseng. Oh, okay, ginseng too. You said that's the most healing you've accessed in a while. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to help. I really am. I don't want you to go into 2022 feeling like you're just stuck and you cannot get this right. You absolutely can. You have so much power. You just have to exercise it. That's it. Let's see. No, that's not the question. Okay, the question is, okay, how do you get through the triggers? Somebody else asked that in the event too. How do you get through the triggers? How do you get through your brain being all over the place? You said, my question is, how do I get through the triggers? Right now, mentally, I feel like I am so overwhelmed, not just dealing with the trauma from his affairs, but also recently found out my 57-year-old aunt biological dad's side and my 62-year-old mom both had metastatic breast cancer. Oh, I'm sorry. It sucks. The extra stress makes me easily emotional, triggered, and insecure. Absolutely. And that's totally fair. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are justified. You should be stressed if you're going through all that. When your friends and family are suffering and then you're suffering too, it's overwhelming. It is. It really is overwhelming. So that is completely normal reaction. It makes sense. Triggers. Triggers are sensory, okay? Triggers are all affecting your senses. Most of the time, what happens is something will remind you of the pain. It can be a smell, it can be something you see, it can be something you hear, it can be something you taste, it can be something you touch. All of your senses are involved in a trigger. Okay. So, what you're needing to do if you're experiencing triggers is number one, do your journaling. Okay. You need to write down every time you are triggered. You need to write down what is happening in that time period before you started feeling the trigger. Okay. Because it started way before you thought it did. It in the moment where you are just overwhelmed and it is just hitting you and just beating on you, that is the pinnacle of it. You didn't catch it at the beginning of the trigger. So that's what I need you to do. If you're going to work on your triggers, you're going to have to start catching it earlier and earlier. And what you do to do that is in your journaling, sit down, figure out, where do I feel it in my body, in my physical. It's not mental, okay? When you are triggered, this is a physical response too. Okay, it is not just mental. It's not all in your head. It's not. It is a physical response too. So when you are in the throes of the trigger, because you're not going to be able to catch it the first couple of times, when you're in that emotional throw of the trigger, figure out where you feel it. Okay, where is it coming from in your body? Where is it? Is it in your stomach? Is it that feels like you got gut punched and you can't quite breathe? Is it in your chest? Your chest is twisting. Your heart feels like it's breaking. It's trying to bust out of your chest. Your throat, it could feel like you can't swallow. You can't speak. It's just sitting there trying to choke you. Okay. Wherever that is. All right. That's where you're needing to pay attention. Pay attention to that and then try and catch that feeling when it is a small feeling. All right. When you're in the throes of the trigger, when you are fully panicked and fully triggered, it's already overwhelming. But when you are first triggered, when the sensory thing happened that gave you the input that made your brain say, hey, I'm remembering pain right now. That is where you got to start catching it. Because when that first comes up, it's a baby monster then. It's a little teeny thing then. It is manageable. It is something that you could squash under your foot then. But if you let it get to that point where you are overwhelmed, now it's Godzilla and it's wrecking the village. So you've got to, hey, Makai's mom, you've got to catch it before it gets all big. Figure out where it is in your body and then examine that place from time to time during the day. How's my chest feeling? Is it tight? You just woke up and missed everything. I didn't do the card yet, so you didn't miss everything. All right, but where is it? Is it in my chest? Am I feeling that tightness? Am I feeling that little monster creeping in my chest? All right, let me pay attention to that. Let me breathe through that. Let me see if a little bit of oxygen will ease that little pain monster. Let me see if it'll help. Okay, if that doesn't do anything, you got to have another list of things that you can do that will help you with the trigger. Now, some things that work. Number one, using that adrenaline. Okay, when you are having a trigger, you are having an anxiety response. That's what you're having. Hey, you are having that anxiety response. So you have a bloodstream full of adrenaline. You can use that. Go exercise. Go run around the house a couple times. Go do some jumping jacks. Go dance in your living room until you sweat. use it. It will feel better. It will get some of that adrenaline off you. It will work it off. It will make you feel a little tired, but you won't be all triggered and anxious. All right. Another thing, find your favorite sensory thing, your favorite music, things that will calm you, things that will soothe you, your favorite thing to look at. I have right over here, I guess this is, I don't even know where this is. This might be the Maldives, but it is right over here. And when I'm stressing, I just look out the window of my overwater bungalow out to the mountains and look at something that pleases me aesthetically. It makes me happy to look at. All right. Your favorite smell. My favorite smell in the whole wide world is brand new money. It's my favorite smell. It is associated in my mind with the first time I got a paycheck as a nurse. It was my first I was going to get an apartment that day. I had enough with this whole check, more money than I'd ever seen in my life. I was going to get my first apartment. That smell of brand new money that came out of the ATM is the smell of freedom and happiness, and I am doing it on my own. It is a positive association for me. So that smell can cheer me up on just about anything. Right? So you got to find your favorite smell and have that handy. Let's see what else. Your hearing, yes, hearing, use your music. Taste, don't like binge eat, but find something that is lovely and decadent and engages all your taste buds and makes you happy to have in your mouth. All right. And what else? Touch, something that is soft and soothing that you can rub, something that feels good against your skin. Do that. So sensory things work. They really work. So engaging your senses, doing your journaling, paying attention and getting that monster when it's little instead of Godzilla size. And journaling and what was the last thing I said? I can't remember. But all of those things I just said, that's how you deal with a trigger. All right. If you can start catching it earlier and earlier and earlier, you're going to be able to deal with it without having to like resort to all of your other plan. You may just be able to breathe through it if you can catch it little, but you got to be able to recognize it little. And that takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of doing, but you can do it. I promise you. I know you can. All right. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question kind of thoroughly there, Marianne? Da, 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 da. Is it okay to voice the trigger with the spouse who cheated? Don't. Talking about trauma re-traumatizes you. That's it. It sucks. It really does. But I promise you, talking about a trigger, talking about the trauma re-traumatizes you. You get back to that place. You need, when you are triggered, to come into the present, not to go back into the past. Whatever you can possibly do to stay in this moment and not go back to how you were feeling then is what you need to do. So that's why the talking about people keep trying to do it. They'll try so hard, and I keep talking about it, and every time we talk about it just makes me feel worse because you're re-traumatizing yourself. So no, don't talk to him about it. Don't do it. Journal about it. Have your plan for self-care to do something about it. And then you're not going to need him. You're not going to need him. You're not going to need him to fix it. All right. All right. You say you snuggle one of your dogs and sometimes crying too. It's for, and the dogs are so good for that. I cry when sad, happy, frustrated, angry. I told my husband that. I told him the other day, he was like, you got to have a reason to cry. Well, men do, but women, we don't have to have a reason to cry. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that awful for them? But isn't that great for you? Because can you imagine your life without being able to cry and get it out sometimes? That sucks. I feel bad for them when I think about that. You said, oh, Beth, you said, I'm starting to see what you mean about the three S's. The more I work on myself and heal, it's become clear to my husband, clear to me that my husband is struggling. See, it's so hard to be empathetic to him whenever I'm feeling weak and hurting too. But sick, sad, and stupid. There was a reason that he did this. it's guaranteed. But as you focus on yourself and you start to see your healing, you can start to empathize with other people. It's hard to do that when you first start. You can't really even understand what he did. And you are having a hard time with it when you first start off. But as you work a little bit on healing you, taking the responsibility away from trying to make him fix you and just working on yourself, you start to be able to see things that you weren't able to see before, because when you change yourself, you change everything around you. Keep telling you that. I promise you that is true. I swear it to you. When you start changing, you change the things around you. You start seeing things that you weren't able to see, blinded by the pain and blinded by the trauma. All right. He said, so wow, Marianne said, wow, I never even thought about it like that. I always told him I am feeling triggered and I need a little space, or sometimes I just say having a rough day or feeling insecure, can I have a hug? A hug is always my go-to. If you want to say something to him, say, hey, I'm in need of a hug. I need you to hug me tight for 30 full seconds. I need you to just bear hug me up real quick. Help me out. And just let him do that, and then relax in his arms. Like, actually do your breathing. Exhale, let it go, and allow yourself to be comforted, because you can be comforted, but you got to go ahead and like actually allow it. Right? The 3 S's is a part of the dreams formula. Marianne, I don't know if you've been here long enough to hear the dreams formula. Dreams formula is DREAMS. It is decide that this is the person that you want to heal with, you want to fix this. R is recognize the fear speech, the stuff that comes from inside your head and the things that other people say to you that make you feel more fearful about making that decision. E is evaluating the why. That's what the 3 S's are coming from. Why did he do this? Because a lot of people try and blame themselves, especially women. We are very good about that. It must have been me. It must have been the relationship, but it is not. It is not you. It is not the relationship. It is him. It is something that's going on within him. So the 3 S's of that is sick, sad, stupid. All right. Sick is real physical illness of some kind. It could be hormones, because men are not taught to deal with their hormones like women are. It could be mental disorders. It could be a physical disorder. It could be lots and lots of things, but it is an actual illness. It is something wrong with their body physically. Depression counts, mental illness counts. All right. So then there is sad. Sad is grieving something. Doesn't matter what. Grief makes us do stupid things all the time. So grieving over a person they lost, grieving over themselves, grieving over, like, I feel like I am not the person that I'm supposed to be, grieving over the life that they thought they were supposed to live, grieving over the relationship with you, that, like, I'm feeling separated from you. I feel like we're not okay. I feel like we're not going to be all right. That type of thing. Grieving, like feeling like they've lost something. And stupid is not what you think. Stupid is all the stupid things that especially men are told about being in a relationship. All of us are told stupid things about being in a relationship. Okay. We got the Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies to try and live up to. We got a lot of stupid too, but yeah, I know, because Mom hate the stupid part. I really hate the stupid part too. The stupid part causes a whole bunch of problems, but it is stuff that is passed down, things that are said to them, things that they absorb as children, things that they've seen that make them feel like that behavior is okay. Uncles telling them, oh, you got a girlfriend, you need to get another one. And a 16-year-old virgin being teased and hated on because, well, why haven't you had sex? And you should have sex with lots and lots of girls by now. And the little ones, the 4-year-olds, oh, you're such a cutie. You better wait for me. I'm gonna be your girlfriend. You're gonna have all the girlfriends, aren't you? All of that sick, toxic stuff that they're told. That's the stupid of it, okay? And the things that they see like coming up about relationships. So that's the 3 S's. And then, all right, so that's the E of the dreams formula. It gets bigger from there. All right, then we've got A, which is allowing the healing to happen. If you want to heal, you have to actually allow that to happen. You have to let down your walls. You have to be close to one another again. You have to do the things. You have to have sex. You have to have intimacy. You have to stop talking about it all the time. You have to do the things that you used to do together. You have to do things that you used to do when you felt in love, even though you don't feel in love. It feels like a hassle. You have to allow those things to happen and do your routine things too. Make sure that you have a routine that you have with this person. That's rebuilding trust. M is managing your future feelings, dealing with the triggers, just what we were talking about. And then S is support. Me, I'm trying to help you be supportive. Now, there's plenty of support out there. My Love After Cheating group, I'm trying to tell you, this is a fabulous group of women. All right. You're in it already, Marianne. If you're not in my Love After Cheating group, come join my Love After Cheating group. I got great women in here, and we have the rule that we're not telling one another to leave. We are not doing that. It just ain't that way. We're not doing that. We're not going to tell you, oh, you so stupid. You being a doormat. You teaching him how to treat you. I erase all those comments. We're not doing that. I was letting them stay for a while, and I was like, you know what? We're not even doing that 2022. I'm erasing all of these. So anytime somebody says that, I take it out. But the rule is, and most people abide by the rule, we're not going to tell you to leave. We're not going to be guilting you and shaming you and telling you that you're wrong for loving the person that you love. What kind of hypocrite is that? We're saying we want to love the person we love. So we are encouraging that in my group, in my Love After Cheating group. So if you do need support and you can't pay for a coach right now, come join my group. I will help you. I answer questions. I talk to the people in the group on a regular basis, but it's not one-to-one like the tech support program. All right. So if you're gonna get me, all right, get in the tech support program and be with me and let me text you and tell you, hey, I understand you are feeling some kind of way, but you love this person, you want this to work out. I'm telling you, this is the path that you should go on. And I will help you stay on the healing path. That's the type of support you need. You need somebody who is going to believe in your decision. Remember way back at the beginning of the dream formula, your decision is all of this. That is what is going to fuel all of this, is what is going to make every bit of this work, is you deciding that this is the person that is worth the work. It's worth, yeah, I'm hurting, but I am going to be okay because this is the person that I love and this is the person that I want in my life. So, you need somebody who is going to encourage that and instead of discouraging that. If somebody in your life is telling you, girl, you're stupid, you shouldn't be with him, I don't know why you do, cut her off. Get that person out of your life because they are not going to help you with this, okay? They're going to make the whole situation worse. Find people who are supportive, who believe your decision, who believe in your ability to make that decision, who don't think that you're stupid for doing it, who think that you are just a loving, amazing woman who has found the love of her life and she wants to go ahead and go forward with the relationship. That's what you need, all right? That's the type of support you need. Because mom, I know, yes, join the Love After Cheating group. And then get me. You got like a day left. It's like tomorrow at midnight when New Year. That's it. I'm cutting it off. This $99 deal it's 45 days. It's 45 days of tech support. You get emails from me every day. You get affirmations, journal prompts. I'm telling you, it's a whole thing. Jump on it. I'm trying to tell you, $99, 45 days is the best investment you'll make in healing coming up for this year. I promise you that it will be effective. It will help you. Instead of trying to go once a week to a marriage counselor who just wants you to talk about it and doesn't give you anything to do. It doesn't give you any direction, no goals, no nothing. They just want to let you talk about it. I'm a coach. I am not a therapist. I'm a coach, and I am going to coach you to the plays that will get you down the healing path faster. So jump on that. $99, 45 days. All right. So truly amazing. Thank you, Mankai's mom. I appreciate that. You said great news. He officially asked me back out. Y'all were already together. He had took you down to meet the family and everything. Oh, now he's trying to say it's official. How was it not official already? So we are now officially together again. You've been working towards that the whole time. You've been healing. You've been doing your thing. That is exactly what you were supposed to be doing. That is exactly where you belong. Come this 2022 with the person that you love. All right. I am fully for that. I am with that. All right. So real quick before we go, I'm going to give you a question because I didn't get to do that earlier, but I'm gonna give you a question real quick. I am over. Do you mind that I'm over? I'm sorry I'm over. I'm sorry to take up your time, but I'm glad we got to talk before the end of the year. I didn't want to. I didn't. I was so excited about this. I was like, we're gonna talk for the end of the year. We're gonna have a good year. We're gonna have a good 2022 coming up, and that's exactly what I'm trying to help you do. All right. Oh, this is an interesting question. So this is the and deck. This is the and what's it called? Healing deck from the skindeep.com, and it has great questions like to heal with you and your mate. So, let me go ahead and show that to you. All right, this one says, "How do you know I know you?" Ooh, that's interesting, right? How do you know that I know you? All right, that's a good question. I like that one. That's a good one. Okay, Mom, you like these? I give you another one. I give you another one. All right, because that was a pretty simple one. But I think I know him pretty well. He knows me so well. That's one of the reasons why he was my person. One of the reasons why I was like, you know what, this is the person I'm willing to suffer for. This person I'm making my decision in favor of because he just knows me. He gets me. I always felt understood with him, even when he was doing stupid stuff. He still understood me. Does that make sense? All right. So, what do you think is unique about our relationship? That's a happy one, right? What do you think is unique about our relationship? Oh, Mindset Slayer. Hey, how you doing, girl? Look, I'm over time, but I'm glad you popped in. Hi, how you doing? We was out taking a stroll down the healing path on Healing Hour Live, the last one for 2021. All right, let me see. Let me make sure I don't have any other questions. I love talking to you all. Let me just say that one more time. So so you feel my love before the end of the year. I just want you to know I love you. I want to work with you all so much. My sister, hey, how you doing, girl? Oh, I can't remember the name of your podcast. My sister, what's your name of your podcast? This is my girl. She does all sorts of good stuff. She does all sorts of things. She be opening businesses, doing her thing, and she got a whole podcast about your mindset. So tell me about it. Tell me what the name is. I forgot, and I'll shout you out to my people because you deserve to be shouted out. You do. We used to work together nursing. She had a school, and I was a teacher at her school. And now she's doing something totally different, and I'm doing something totally different. It's awesome. I love it. Marianne, you said this is so helpful. Like you totally made me rethink things. Yes, that's what I'm always going for. Thank you. That is what I'm always going for. I want you to rethink this because a lot of the time, the thinking and the accepted wisdom about how to heal is sending you down the wrong path. It is making it harder for you to heal than making it easier. And I don't want you to have to do that. Oh, she said, seeing with your soul. There you go. I remember I was like, I can't remember. Seeing with your soul is Mindset Sayers podcast. She's fantastic over there. This is one of my people. Lord, we known each other for a long time, haven't we, girl? we done came up in nursing and now we just switched up and done something completely different with our lives because we're healers. And that's what it is. We were healing before. We still healing. It's just in a different format now, a little social media healing. But yeah, Marianne, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I just want you to see it a little bit differently. I don't want you to believe what the pain and the fear are telling you. Because again, when the pain and fear are telling you stuff, they say that you are what? What's the word? Justified, right? They will tell you. You say, yeah, like 2011. Yeah, girl, it's been a long time. But yeah, that's what your brain will tell you. That's what the trauma will tell you, that you are justified in doing whatever painful, hurtful thing that you can do. But you are not. It is not good for you. It's not good for a relationship. So you got to do better. Okay. That's what I want you to do for this year, for 2022, going forward. Don't get it in your mind that you are justified in responding the way the fear and the pain tell you to. You are not. You are better than that. And I want you to keep that in mind. All right. All right. So yes, seeing with your soul is Mindset Slayers podcast. And I think that's about it. I think that's it for the year. All right, y'all. What do I need to tell you? You're stronger than you think you are. That's the affirmation for the day. I am stronger than I have ever believed. That is your affirmation for the day. That is your affirmation going into 2022. I am stronger than I ever believed I was. Because you really are. You really are. I promise you, you are stronger than you think you are. You can heal from this. You can get where I am. I am fully healed. The place in my chest, it was right here, that used to hurt so bad, it doesn't hurt anymore. And you can get there. And I can show you how. So come join me. If you don't see a link or whatever from my tech support program, just message me. Hit me up. It's open until tomorrow night, until midnight, till the ball drops. It is open. So get in on this $99 for 45 days of pretty much unlimited access to me. That's pretty much what it is. All right. So I hope you jump on it. If not, you'll never see this deal again. So that's it for me. Keep your affirmations in mind. Don't do what the fear tells you to do. And just work on your healing path this year. Work on it. Travel it. Embrace it. All right. That's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for everything that you have done this year and you have been to me this year. I so appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to 2022 to help you out even more. All right, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.